everybody. Fellow Richard with 50 favorite UK punk albums. Last week I did the US. Figured I might as well do a UK. After that I might do an international or everything else. Now my definition of punk is pretty wide. It's not narrow.
Hello, everybody. I can't do that accent at all, I don't think. Anyway, right. But what I can do is I can pledge allegiance to the vinyl community and to the republic for which it stands. One vinyl community under vinyl Richie. Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, but not by Metallica. Right, okay, so this is going to be really difficult to do. Yeah, right. I think I've answered all the questions. I've got some drinks lined up for a specific reason, because 11 years in the vinyl community deserves something special. So I've got some special limited edition vinyl rich tea biscuits. Well, digestives actually. So 11 biscuits. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11 digestive biscuits here, ladies and gentlemen, which I may or may not eat by the end of this video. So, question number 1. Show an album with a fat dude on the cover. Fat bloke is what we would call in England, a fat bloke. Lexi Sale, best known for comedy and being a bit lefty, I suppose, and being in an episode of the Young Ones, or was he in quite a few episodes? I can't remember. Hello, John. Got a new motor. This is a 12-inch. It is not an album. I'd like to make that clear because I don't want particularly to be in the contest. Number 2. Show an album that shows how vinyl Richie dances. Here's Lionel Richie. And here he is dancing on the ceiling. Okay. Number 3. An album that shows beer or a backyard. Of course, I'm Martin. This is Strangle Martin. I actually got nearly strangled once by somebody. And how I got out of it was I grabbed the dude's balls, his nuts, and forced him off me and pushed him down the stairs. And he hasn't returned yet. Here's a backyard. Some children appear to have set fire to a tree or a sapling, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Biscuit number 1 has nearly reached its climax. Oh. Right, we're going to have a problem with the phone slipping now. Okay. Next one. Show an album recommended by a member of the vinyl community. I sent this. How did he do his hands? I sent this album to Vinyl Richie a long time ago. We go way back. And I've got a copy too. And he showed it really recently. It's Robert Forster. An excellent solo album from... I can't read that. A number of years ago. And I got mine signed. And I got Robert to draw something from the room or what he saw, what he thought of the night. And this is the light on the ceiling which he drew. Whether he just looked up, I don't remember. So Vinyl Richie has this album as well. It comes with a CD of the album, which I much prefer over downloads. Was that 1 or 2 biscuits? I think that's the first. Now, there was obviously this hat thread going around for Midge's Gems 1 year in the vinyl community. There was a few hats I missed. So this question was about not having a lead singer, and it was as best as I could get. So here's old matey boy with his hat on. So dry. With some butter or cheese, it would have been better. So that's an album. With the singer not on the cover, he's on the back though. Next question. It's going to be a long video, isn't it? I wonder if there's an ASMR biscuit eating market. Right. Oh yeah, show an album of a band or whatever you can't pronounce. This is I got from Oxfam for 99p. I can't even remember what it is now, but it's quite interesting. Here's to have some Austrian German guy in lederhosen falling down a mountain. Der Matzmann Ruft. It's as much about not.
I just got the budgeting app on
hello.
44.
Yeah, it's as much about not being able to read the text. I find on modern LPs, especially when they don't put the name on it or anything, as it is pronouncing them. Right, next one. Something about the digestive system. I looked it up on the internet. Really difficult. There was a band on the Fast Show, the British comedy, an indie band called Colon. Unfortunately, I have nothing by Colon. The closest I could think of was a track called Swallow on Sleeper's album Smart, debut album, with 7-inch hats, again, helmets for Midge, and the singer Louise Werner ended up sort of writing books and stuff. I know they've reformed like lots of other bands, but there you go. Right. I said I wouldn't mention Record Store Day. I'm going to. For the next question, here's Record Store Day UK. So just finished work and went past a record shop. And there was a parking space for my work van. And I grabbed it on the off chance. Went in, they still had Record Store Day stuff. So this is for the question, an album you wouldn't think Vinyl Richie would have in his collection. Partly because he might not, and also because it's a Record Store Day album. Haven't taken the price off yet, but Echo Deck, the dub version by Adrian Sherwood. Primal Scream. Right. Next one is show an album you wouldn't think that Vinyl Richie would have in his collection. Oh, we've done that one. We don't need no shirt. I did think about taking my shirt off. Maybe not. I think Richie, sorry, Patrick is his real name. Pat. He likes village people, I think. So You probably like Boney M as well. So here's a man in a gold thong with a necklace with a moon around him and three ladies. So it's the opposite of. It's a bit of a Spinal Tap, isn't it? It needed to be that twist on it, you know. And this is, yeah, Boney M. Okay, right. 2, 4, 6, 7 biscuits to go. Show an album and give very little detail about it, but make sure you say it's fantastic. I remember once Richie saying about when he was in England a long time ago, and he went to a football match, soccer for you Americans, soccer, and it sounded like it was in those years when people used to urinate on the terraces, and I think somebody pissed on him or something. Anyway, Final Richie really likes the British comedy of the 1970s, Are You Being Served, set in a department store. So just for him, for you, this album is fantastic. Fantastic. John Inman, Mr. Humphreys, with a bit of brass. There you go. Look at the size of that, eh? And it wasn't free. Right. A punk album. I'm not really that into punk. I got some, third class album. It's Sham 69 album. And it's got a hole in the middle. There you go. Don't know what else I can say about it, really. Show an album of a beautiful woman on the cover. I've got my tea as well here. Oh. People must fast forward through this. It's terrible, isn't it? So to be representative of all women, and all women are beautiful, inside and out. Here's a woman. And here's another woman. Okay. I suddenly feel very political. Right, next one. Show an album as something you would take to a party. Don't go to many parties these days. There's 5 more biscuits to go, so rich tea biscuits. I'm over halfway there. Here's an album by the TV celebrity Ed Stewart. As far as I know, he's never been in any trouble. So this is a children's party album with games, recipes. You can pick this up, usually in England, but this one is a special one because nobody has scribbled on it. It still makes a nice sound when you open it. I've been to so many parties since my first but important one when I was nearly 4. And then he goes on, it was all down to his mum, really. It still has the unused invites. Hi, come to my pop party. It's at Final Richie's house. It's on Final Richie's birthday. And it starts at... Doesn't he work nights? So it's going to have to start, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe. Bye. Okay. So that's that. I don't think I can do this. This is really difficult. Right. Open up a sealed outer sleeve. Or I've noticed a lot of people are opening the blank sleeve. So for ASMR purposes, look, he's happy there, isn't he? Bless him. Biscuit and sleeve opening. Hello. It's open. It's clear. You can go back and sleeve. 4 biscuits. I'm going to do this, right. But even more difficult is putting it back in a blank sleeve. So how many more left? 1, 2. Oh, this is going to be easy. Yeah. 11 biscuits. I don't like... If it would have been Jaffa cakes, I could have just eaten the whole packet. Right. Okay. Oh, sticking behind my gums. Okay. Right. Show an offensive album. There used to be loads of offensive comedy albums. 70s and 80s, like comedians, you know. It's a dying art, isn't it, really, to offend people. So here is the comedy duo Alas Smith and Jones, Mel Smith, Griff Rhys Jones. Mel Smith, sadly no longer with us, developed a career in Hollywood, directing some films. And it says, this recording contains material that may shock and offend. It is also unsuitable for children and for broadcast. Head-to-head conversation recorded live before an uninvited audience. Life, death, art, business, sex, disease, money, and other topics of general interest. I haven't listened to this for ages, but I've got the 3 albums that they did. And here's a humorous picture. So I suppose in a way Smith and Jones and the head-to-head thing, it was a bit like Pete and Dud. One was stupid and the other one thought he was clever but was equally, if not even more, stupid. Right, not time for another biscuit. The next one was about nude men, I think, wasn't it? I haven't counted how many nude men are on this album cover. Show a sexy album cover featuring shirtless men. So here's George Michael. Loads of men topless. Yeah, shirtless. Yeah. George Michael, Listen Without Prejudice, Volume 1. If I'm sick later, I'll put it in the comments below. Right, next question. Show an album with weapons or a scene of violence. I just grabbed what I could, really. On the back of this 12-inch it's a bit of 60s photojournalism, I think, and I cannot remember the guy's name. Mark Ribau of Magnum, not Magnum PI. This is your photojournalism, isn't it? I mean, there was the other one, Rage Against the Machine album cover with the guy, Hindu, Buddhist, setting fire to himself. So here's a boy with a gun. And I'm guessing that is, I'm tempted to say this is somewhere where America went Vietnam or somewhere, I don't know. Anyway, there you go. 3 more biscuits to go. 1, 2, 3 more records. Oh, goodness me. So I have been watching Vinyl Richie videos a long time. I don't watch them all, but he's a stalwart, isn't he? We don't want people like this to disappear, do we? As much as there's so many new channels and stuff, and you know, credit he's kept going. There was this other really funny story he told once, and it was about a dude. It was something about some car crashing into a record shop or something. It tells a good story. And there's been incidents, hasn't there, at gigs, concerts. Okay, 2 biscuits left, 3 records. Show an album of somebody that could beat up Gigi Allen, if he was still alive. I didn't really know who he was. I'd heard the name. I guess I presumed it was punk. You know, I mean, I quite like a little bit of Henry Rollins, spoken word and music, but Gigi Allen, I've never heard his stuff. Anyway, I think Shaft would just be too quick for him. I think he'd just smack a glass over his head or something. Too much. Too quick. Okay? Right. 2 records, 2 biscuits, 2 Vinyl Rich Tea biscuits to go. I feel bad. Can only do this in 1 take. Oh. Right. Show an album of outsider music. I'm well aware of what outsider music is, but I don't think I have any. Or some guy did a song about McDonald's or something, and yeah, I've got a few random sort of things like King Missile. A pretty outsider in a way. Anyway, apologies for my munching and biscuit in mouth. When I looked up on the internet, I found somebody who I've got an album by. Great film. Florence Foster Jenkins. Definitely an outsider. Got laughed at. Was probably minted to put on all these concerts and whatnots, but what a strange life. Strange life. She must have had. Yeah, I know I'm back to front, but there was that reason, wasn't there? Because I just want to make sure I can see what I'm doing. This phone, I just can't. Anyway, the last one I nearly put in my hat video because this album, it looks like a man is wearing a tree on his head. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? Show an album from when you were 11 and one that is 11 years old. Now, when I was 11, I'm not sure I had many records anyway, and also, look, it's showing Jesus and Mary chain there. I don't want to give my age away and to my algorithms and my AI snoopers. Well, I struggled to find an album from 2015, 8 years ago. Sorry, 11 years ago. 11 years ago. 10 and a half, 11 biscuits. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, I found one. He was the lead singer of the Swedish band Soundtrack of Our Lives. His name is Ebbot Lundberg. And there he is, wearing a tree on his head. And there as well. Ooh, you on my head. So, thanks for watching. Congratulations to Richie. Congratulations if you've made it to the end of the video. Or if you've fast forwarded to the end of the video. If you haven't, oh, I made it. Okay.